She was just getting through her 3-hour grueling shift at Target. So I graduated from college in 1986 from the University of Georgia, and if you do the quick math, that makes me 55 years old. And I love being over 50. There's something magical about, and particularly as a woman, about being over 50 is I just don't care what people think anymore, and it's very freeing. It's really fun. And it happened in Target in South Portland, Maine, right after my 50th birthday. It was February, it was snowing, and in Maine, probably like here, it snows, and they give you these towels at Target to wipe out the snow out of the shopping carts that come in from the parking lot. This particular day I got there, and all the shopping carts were wet, but there were no towels. But there was this little millennial girl at the door, and she was the Target greeter that day. And her name was Amanda, and she was just getting through her 3-hour grueling shift at Target. And I said, Amanda, where are those towels? These shopping carts so wet. She goes, they're still wet from last night. I said, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. She goes, I know, it's almost time for my break. Well, how am I supposed to shop? These are wet. She said, well, you could just take it in the bathroom and wipe it out with a paper towel, duh. And I thought, my 30-year-old self would have gone in the bathroom and wiped it out with a paper towel. My 40-year-old self would have called Amanda's manager over, and we would have had a discussion about customer service and how bad Amanda sucked at it. But my 50-year-old self just took my shopping cart directly to the first clothing section that I came to. And I just lined it with little boys' t-shirts and soaked up all the water in there. And then I shopped for an hour and a half, and then I got to the checkout line, and I paid for the things that I wanted. I got down to those shirts. I said, you know what? I've decided I don't want these. They're wet. Maybe Amanda can wipe them out on her little break. I'm 50. I don't care. So as I have gotten older, I've noticed that my magazine subscriptions have changed. I don't get People magazine anymore because I don't know any of the people in People. Who are these people? I don't care. I stopped getting Cosmo a long time ago because they had those little quizzes in there. Ooh, what's your lovemaking style? I don't know, I'm 55, I got 3 kids, I got 2 jobs. Here's my lovemaking style. You want to do what? Like right now? I have so much to do. I have a list. You're not on it. Sorry. Sorry. There's that magazine called Real Simple, and everything in it is just real hard. Create your own cactus garden. No. Make your bathroom a sanctuary. Have you seen my bathroom? No. Now, my favorite magazine right now is called Garden and Gun. And it is a real magazine for middle-aged Southern women who like to pull weeds and contemplate who we want to shoot right in the head. And it's true, middle-aged women want to shoot at least 5 people in the head every day. But we don't do it because that's wrong, that's murder. So what do? If somebody makes us mad, we call up our friends and we go fellowship and we have our walking groups. You will see middle-aged women walking together, and we are walking and talking and walking and talking, and we are getting all that out of it every day. And my husband's like, why don't you just go for a run by yourself? I'm like, I can't. We are saving lives. This is why serial killers are always men. They don't have a walking group to go to. They have all this anger and frustration. It just comes out as murder. We prevented 3 murders this morning in our walking group. One of them was yours. This is my first time to Utah. I'm so happy to be here. I live in Maine, but I grew up in Georgia. Go dogs, go dogs. My husband's from Boston, so our kids are bilingual. We're very proud. We're so proud of that. My husband and I just celebrated our 24th wedding anniversary. 24 years, he's awesome. After 24 years, you'd think there wouldn't be any surprises. But he called me up and he said, hey, I got something I need to tell you. I've been thinking about this. You might want to sit down. I've decided to become a vegan. And I'm a supportive wife, so I said, honey, that sounds terrible. Are you sure? And he said, yes, and he's doing it. He gets up every morning at 6 a.m. He puts fruits and vegetables in a very loud blender, and then he tries to make me drink it. He said, I made this one with kale and wheatgrass and almond milk. Try it. I'm like, no. Don't you want to be healthy? No. No. I want bacon. I do. And eggs and sausage and cheese and hamburgers and hot dogs and happiness. I want to eat all the parts of all the farm animals. He said, but I made this with almond milk. It's really good. It tastes like a milkshake. No, it does not. It tastes like grass clippings. It does not taste like a milkshake. It does not. No. And just because you put the word milk after the word almond doesn't make it milk. And the dairy farmers are very upset about this. The dairy farmers want us to call almond milk what it really is, nut juice. It was on the news. Oh, I'd like a really tall, cold glass of nut juice. I'd like to dip my Oreo cookies in nut juice. Ew. So my husband and I share a closet. I don't recommend this for any new couples out there. Don't do it. It was a bad idea, but we're stuck with it. I've been trying to clean out this closet for the past 8 months using the Marie Kondo decluttering method. I see some of you know it. If you don't know it, congratulations. You're supposed to put all your clothes on the bed, and then you're supposed to go through each piece one at a time. And then if you ask the magic question, does this spark joy? If the answer is yes, you keep it. And if the answer is no, then you take it to Goodwill. Now, sadly, the Marie Kondo decluttering method only works on things, not people. Or else there'd be a lot of teenagers dropped off at the Goodwill. Sorry. So I got through my clothes, and I told him I'd help him with his. So we got through one shirt of his. I held it up, and he said, you want me to ask that shirt what? Does that shirt spark joy? What does that even mean? Does it mean, do I like it? I don't know. You bought it. Do you think this shirt sparks joy for me? I didn't even know this shirt was in this closet. This may not even be my shirt. Are you having an affair? Didn't go well. So the only person having an affair in our house is our dog. Who thinks he's having an affair with me because my husband won't let the dog sleep in the bed with us. And when my husband goes out of town, I let the dog sleep with me. He's hairy, he snores. It's just like having my husband there. But when my husband comes home, the dog knows he's done wrong. He's broken the rules, so he will not make eye contact with my husband. He just looks at the floor. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I slept with your wife. I am so sorry. There is another cleaning method that they do in Sweden. It's called Swedish death cleaning. This is a real thing. The premise behind Swedish death cleaning is you're supposed to get rid of all your clutter before you die so that you don't burden your loved ones with all your stuff, right? Well, I'm not doing it. I have cleaned up after these people way too long. Right before I die, I'm gonna buy a giant warehouse. And I'm going to fill it with dirty laundry. Just stinky socks and wet towels and wadded up underwear, and then I'm gonna hide all my cash money in the dirty laundry. So they have to go through all the laundry to find the cash money. And then I'm gonna occasionally just stick a note in there that says, see, ha-ha, isn't this fun? You should have picked up your socks. Don't do it. Oh my gosh, so I had to get a passport photo made recently because I had to renew my passport. Did you know they do them at Walgreens? Who knew? I went in there and I told the guy behind the counter, I'm like, hey, I need to get my passport photo made. And he said, okay, bleh. Like he was not happy. He just took the job to sell toothpaste and now they're making him run the Sears portrait studio, so we walked over and he pulls down this screen. He says, stand here. And he pulls the screen down, gets out his camera, and he started to count. 1, 2, 3. And then I did what I've done my whole life. If somebody holds up a camera and counts, I smiled. And he said, no, you can't smile. It's a passport photo. It has to be a neutral expression. I said, hey, I'm a smiley person. This is my neutral. See, I'm happy. I'm sad. I'm terrified. I hate you. I'm a Southern woman. They are all the same. So he said, no, you can't show your teeth. I'm like, hey, I wore a headgear in junior high school for 4 years. I am showing my teeth in this passport photo. So he gets out this little rule list, and there it was. It said, hey, can't wear a hat, can't close your eyes, and you can't have a toothy smile. I'm like, okay, we'll try again. So I stood over there, and he got his camera out, and he started to count. 1, 2, and then I opened my eyes real big, and then I smiled real big, and when he got to 3, I just covered up my teeth like this. And now this is my passport photo. So when I go to the airport and I go through TSA, they're like, Ms. Morgan, are you under the influence of any drugs or medications? I'm like, yes, I am. I got them at Walgreens. Walgreens! I have 3 children. I have 2 sons and 1 daughter. And they say as teenagers that girls are a little harder to parent than boys. And I think, I see someone clapping, yes. Some people in agreement. And I think it's true because I think girls are just adult women in training, right? They have all the raw ingredients of adult women: disdain, spite, revenge, great intelligence, a few irrational thoughts. But they haven't yet learned how to use their evil powers for good yet. Right? So as teenagers, you're just like those windsock people in front of the furniture store. They go up, they go down, you don't know when or why, just they look almost human, but they're not. They're not. Now the boys, I will tell you, are a little more fun to hang out with as teenagers, but they smell. There's just a funk, and I don't know why, because they shower a lot for extended periods of time. They should be clean is all I'm saying. And I don't know if you know this about teenagers' brains. I didn't know this until I had 3 of them. Their frontal lobes of their brains have not finished forming together, okay? So their brains are actually in their skull, just floating around in there. They're just flopping around. So what you get, particularly with the boy teenagers, is you get a good choice, a good choice, a good choice, and then a doofus. And then a good choice, and then a doofus. And if you get 2 doofus choices in a row, your insurance premiums go up. My youngest doofus, I'll start with him. My youngest doofus is a doomsday prepper. Apparently, I've let him watch too many episodes of The Walking Dead because he's filling our basement with survival supplies. And at first I made fun of him and I thought, well, what if the zombies really come? Our family's survival depends on the choices of this 17-year-old boy. So we're just gonna be in a basement in Cumberland, Maine, surviving off of flaming hot Cheetos and Blue Mountain Dew and reading a lot of Victoria's Secret catalogs. My oldest doofus is a junior in college, and when I dropped him off at his freshman year, I took him to get his dorm room supplies before I dropped him off, and we went to Bed Bath & Beyond. He had never been to Bed Bath & Beyond. Apparently, he thought the sheets and towels just came with our house. So we went in there, and we had this list of dorm room things he needed. The first thing he needed was extra long twin sheets. I'm like, okay, they got gray, white, or pink. He said, I want white. I said, you're getting gray. We're just gonna start off with the color they're gonna end up at the end of the school year. Put him in the buggy. And then he says to me, wait, what's the thread count on those? And I said, do you even know what thread count means? He said, yeah, no. But the highest is the best, right? I'm like, okay, these are dorm room sheets. They're not the best, they're the worst. If the thread count is 12, you're lucky, but it doesn't matter. Because these sheets aren't coming back to my house. I don't want to see these sheets ever again. I don't want to know what happens on these sheets for the next 9 months. And I don't want to see them again. It doesn't matter what the thread count is at the bottom of the garbage dumpster. Put them in there. So the next thing we needed was a pillow. I said, go get yourself a pillow. So he goes in and he goes through all these pillows at Bed Bath & Beyond, and he picks one out. He goes, I want this one. It's made of organic bamboo fronds and baby gosling feathers. It's only $200. I selected a different pillow. I said, you see this one? It's made from polyester. It's only $6. And when you puke red hunch punch up all over it, it will be a lot less sad at the bottom of the garbage dumpster. Put it in the bucket. Put it in there. Now, my daughter is a freshman in college this year, which means it's very different to go shopping for dorm room stuff for girls than boys. Now, my son left. He had the one pillow, the set of disposable sheets, and a towel that he grabbed out of the dirty clothes on the way out the door. My daughter furnished a luxury penthouse condominium. We had coordinated bedding and original artwork and mood lighting, and everything had to be just right. So we went to 3 different stores to get the marker board that goes outside their dorm room so she and her roommate could write notes to each other. I said, honey, you're in a co-ed dorm. It doesn't matter how cute this marker board is. Some boy is going to draw lewd pictures on it. Doesn't matter. And then she wanted the husband pillow. She had to have the husband pillow. I said, honey, we all think we want the husband pillow. And then we get the husband pillow. We realize it takes up way too much space in the bed. And it just sits there in front of the television. Don't get it. So between my 3 kids, I think I've been on about 836 college tours. And after 836 college tours, you realize they're kind of all the same. You get the very perky tour guide. Hey, my name is Paisley. I'm a junior majoring in marketing and communications with a minor in women's studies and biophysics. Today, during the tour, I will be walking backwards, and this is so that I can maintain eye contact with you and so that you will be nervous for the next 2 hours. Our first stop on the tour today is the dining hall. Our dining hall has gluten-free, dairy-free, allergy-free, nut-free, vegan, vegetarian, and chicken fingers. Our next stop is the library. Now, the library, you'll notice, is the bottom floor is where you can study and talk with your friends, but each level of the library gets quieter and quieter. There's no talking on the top level of the library. I'm not allowed on the top level of the library. Our last stop is going to be a dorm room. Now, today we're just going to show you a sample dorm room so that you will see what a dorm room would look like if it did not have real college students living in it. We were going to show you a real dorm room, but someone puked red hunch punch up all over it. I like to ride bikes. My husband bought me a bicycle last year for my birthday. He's a really sweet guy. He said, go down to the bike store, just pick out whichever one you want, and I'll buy that for your birthday. So I went to the bike store, walked in there. This very nice young man named Curtis waited on me. He's maybe 22, maybe 23 years old, young guy. He said, okay, try out your bike, go out in the parking lot. If you like it, come back and tell me. So I rode this bike in the parking lot, came in. I said, Curtis, I like this bike. I want to buy this bike, but I don't like this bicycle seat. It hurts me. And he said, oh, not a problem. We can change out the seat. So he runs to the back room and he comes back with another seat, another really uncomfortable looking seat that looks just like the one I just got off of, except this one has a groove down the middle, very narrow groove. And he said, see, this one's for girls. And I said, yes, Curtis, this one's for girls, young, virtuous girls. I'm neither young nor virtuous. I've created 3 human beings inside my body. And I have pushed them out of the part of my body that's going to be sitting on this bicycle seat. So what I'm going to need you to do for me, Curtis, is get me some wide seat, preferably with some sort of soothing gel insert. Because this part of my body needs a vacation, Curtis. And Curtis turned bright red and ran away. And he came back with the owner of the store, who was a guy like my age. And the guy says to me, Curtis says you have a question. It's like, yes, I have a question. I like this bike. I want to buy this bike. I don't like this bicycle seat. It hurts me. Can I get another one? He said, how many kids do you have? And I said, 3. He said, I'll be right back. He comes back with the Holy Grail, the big, soft bicycle seat with a soothing gel insert. He said, here, I think you'll like this seat. My wife, Barbara, has this seat. I think she's in your walking group. It's free. It's free. Take it. It's free. So I also swim. I go to the Y to swim, and there's a lady that comes to my Y who's very, very inspirational. She's in her mid-80s, but she swims every day. But she's one of those people who comes in the Y locker room who does not think she needs a towel. And I just think everybody needs a towel. You know, they're not heavy. Get a towel. So she came in there, and not too long ago, she got her shower, came in the locker room, no towel, and we're all in there. And she goes over to her locker, and she puts on her bra, and then she puts on her turtleneck sweater that's got little trees on it, and then she puts a big turtleneck sweater on top of that, cable net, and so from the waist up, she's completely dressed. And from the waist down, nothing. And then with a room full of women, she turned her back and bent over to her clothing bag, this Ella Bean tote bag, and she's rummaging and rummaging for what we all hoped would be her underpants. And she's rummaging, and we're looking everywhere except in her direction. And finally she said, I know I had panties on when I came here because I went to the grocery store first, which makes me love her even more. Because because she's an active senior, she's inspirational, and she's a lady. And she knows that ladies do not go to the grocery store Commando. So I'll leave you guys with this. Again, a reason that my husband and I have been married for 24 years. He's a great guy, really is. He's helpful. When I'm driving, he likes to read the speed limit signs. And a couple years ago, I signed up for a swimming race in the ocean, and you swim from Peaks Island, Maine, over to the mainland of Portland, Maine. So you're in the ocean for like 2.5 miles, and you have to have a kayaker go with you. I guess in case a shark attacks you, they're there to pick up the body parts. I'm not really sure. So I said to my husband, hey, I'm going to sign up for this race. Will you please be my kayaker? He said, of course. I just have one question. Can I fish while I'm doing it? And I said yes. I'm Karen Morgan. Thank y'all so much. Have a great night.